as we already know with the placebo effect, that everything that you believe to be true will be created in your world, like in the future. So whatever you believe that you have right now or that you got a month ago is going to be created in your world immediately or in the near future. And that also goes for the law of assumption, because they're both of the same. The placebo effect, the law of assumption. So your beliefs are what create everything. So whether that happens automatically or accidentally or intentionally, that doesn't matter. Your beliefs of what you have right now in your world are going to be created into your future. And I have a story that I'm going to share with you, a true story where a business owner actually used the placebo effect or used his power of intention with the law of assumption and actually created a very profitable situation that never really even took place. He just believed that it took place and it actually happened. Okay, so this story begins with a business owner in Texas running a sandwich shop. He had his own sandwich shop in Texas it was running for about 12 years now. And the business was now falling apart. He didn't have very many customers. He was about to lose this sandwich shop that he had. So he decided to contact an ad agency and run a special coupon where if you buy a sandwich, you get a free cup of baked beans with your sandwich. No matter what sandwich you bought, you get a free cup of baked beans with that sandwich. So then he made sure that he stocked up on enough beans for the potential clients that were going to run. And then he contacted the radio station and placed the ad to air that night. So the following day, when they opened for business, they had so many customers that they ran out of beans. They had to turn customers down. They couldn't even fit all the cars in the parking lot. And this is where the story gets interesting, because the following day he reached out to the ad agency or the radio station that placed the ad for him, and they actually apologized to him and said that we were going to call you and tell you that we couldn't get to placing your ad or putting your ad on the air in time, so we were going to do it tomorrow. So we haven't even placed your ad. So after hearing all this, why do you think that this business was all of a sudden overwhelmed with customers, even though the ad didn't run? It's all in your intentions. It's all in your beliefs. If you believe something to be true, it has to be a fact. If you believe it to be true, whether you're visualizing or scripting or affirming something to be true, or just accidentally believing in something that was supposed to be done, like in this story, but it never actually occurred, that will cause your future to change, because the hologram that we're living in a high-tech virtual reality that is being projected from outside of you. So when you believe something to be true, you're transferring to a different parallel universe where the ad was actually broadcasted. It actually did go out, and that's why all these customers came. But there's a glitch in the matrix, so to speak, when this happens. So you're not going to actually see the evidence of it, but it doesn't matter. You don't need evidence of it. All you have to do is believe that something had already happened, and that's why Neville Goddard goes into these imaginal acts and mentally rehearsing something as you're falling asleep, and then you impress the subconscious mind that it's already done. And that's what this guy did. This business owner is exactly what he did. When he placed that ad, he was in the feeling state of assuming that this ad was actually being run, because they told him this ad is running. We are going to run this ad tonight. So he fell asleep that night, impressed the subconscious mind with this ad actually being produced. Even though it never aired, it didn't matter, because then the results followed. So another really important part about this to understand is that you don't really need evidence in your 3D world to actually see. You don't need to see anything in your 3D world in order to believe it. All you have to do is imagine it, because your imagination is God. Your imagination is the real world. Like yourself right now in your world, when you look in the mirror, that's not really you. When you close your eyes and imagine, that's the real you. Your real you is in your imagination. And whatever that person is in your imagination, that feeling of being in your imagination, that's the real you. And you can change anything in your world based on this. So think about that as you're creating your future self and while you're creating your new reality. Remember these stories, and remember that you're living in a high-tech simulated game or a hologram or the Matrix, where it's created not by real things. It's not a real solid reality. So you can actually change things and glitch the system by applying the placebo effect, the power of intention, the power of the law of assumption. So you can change anything at any point. And these beliefs and these stories can also implement more beliefs into you that you can actually make these changes. And when you do that, you can actually start applying it even more, like automatically. Like your belief systems, you're building these belief systems, and then you're actually applying it and actually creating the world that you want and manipulating the world that you want and transferring these different parallel realities as you do that. So imagine and assume that you're living in a perfect world where you're living a perfect life, and you will. And you'll find that glitch in the matrix or the system, and it'll actually be produced in your exterior world where you can have anything and do anything that you absolutely want. But start implementing this, start working on your imagination consciously every single day. Watch these videos, read these stories, go through this imagine, affirm script every single day, and you will see that your world will magically change. All right, that is the end of this video. I love you guys. And don't forget to give me one thing you guys are grateful for in the column box below. And if you are looking for further discussions on these topics, you can join Neville Book. The link is in the description below for discussions, groups, and courses. All right, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video.